Hi everyone. Hi any early birds. This is that bit in the stream where you don't know if it's happening or not yet. And I never told anyone that I was streaming or anything, so if you're watching, congratulations you'll be one of the few. I have to watch on this new desk. It's very, very, very wobbly. And the webcam's on top of the monitor. I have to remember to look above the monitor a little bit. Just keep it going while I find URLs and stuff. So I can't tell anyone on Patreon or Twitter or anything that this is happening until I know where it's happening. How do I get a link or something for it? Apologies if you do get it right away, and you have to put up with this bit. But oh yeah, I'm out of there we go. Copy video URL. I'm out of practice with this live stuff. Having an impromptu chat. Well, I was going to stream a game, if you can see. Oh, Twitter's giving me an authentication code. It's too late, Twitter. I'm in. Cracked into the matrix. You can't see that, can you? You couldn't crack in with just the authentication code. Yeah, you could see there. Robinson Crusoe is kind of in the process of being unpacked. I was kind of getting things together and trying to see if I could stream a game. I've had equipment and wires and stuff and setting my phone up as a camera. I was mostly there, but you couldn't really see any components, which is probably a key part of streaming board games, isn't it? You could see the whole thing, like my static camera videos where it's all zoomed out. You could see that stuff, but yeah, you couldn't really see the actual cards and stuff unless I held them right up. It's why people like Rado and Paul Grogan and that use that second cam with the green screen. Probably going to have to get another camera because I haven't got any more cameras, and my actual camcorders that I make the videos with aren't flash enough, aren't fancy enough to be able to connect them to this and stream live. You have to just record all of the stuff, unfortunately. So I don't know how long this is going to be for, or even what it really is. Just decided to. Well, I was going to stream Robinson Crusoe, as I say, but now we might. I was thinking for a while. I bought some Fighting Fantasy books when they've done some new ones. Rihanna Pratchett has written one, and Ian Livingstone has gone back to one of the originals. I loved Choose Your Own Adventures when I was a kid, and didn't have any of these though. It was only when Rach showed me this big box set that I realised there was this massive series of them that had always been going. That's the one that most people seem to have. Let's post it to Patreon as well. Sorry, this is all silent apart from the horrible loud clacking of that mechanical keyboard. This will get chopped out though. I'll do a fresh, spicy intro instead of this one. There we go. So that should all go through. Hi everyone, if you are watching. I realise it's Christmas Eve and stuff, and I didn't say I was going to do this. So if you are about, congratulations. This is kind of a This is a pre-top 10 stream. Let's make it that. My top 10 video. If I've set all of this up right, how do I change to see another window? There it is. Oh, no, move that way. There is the top 10 coming up soon. I don't think that spoils anything in there. It spoils the fact that, I don't know if you can see, this is horrible trying to work this out. If you can see that Marty is in the thumbnail there. He was all curled up while I filmed a lot of it, and then just kind of started walking about while I was filming it and distracting me and stuff. But that's cats, isn't it? So I thought we can just have a chat and stuff if anyone is about. But yeah, I've seen a few people, including Gaming Rules' own Paul Grogan, streaming Choose Your Own Adventure things that I was just talking about, and I'd been tempted for a while. Is Twitter working there? Tempted for a while to try my hand at one. I know that there's some video game versions of the old ones because I don't have the books. I mentioned I didn't have these games when I was little. I can't find the ones I had, the off-brand ones. I had these mini adventure comics that I'm sure I can't find to hand right now. I found one on eBay. They were about this big, and one was Dungeons of Doom. They were only little things. That's the kind of thing I had. I didn't have these fancy fighting fantasy ones, so I checked that Paul did one to do with cars while I didn't have the internet and I couldn't watch. There was some kind of choose your own adventure with cars that he did. I need to catch up on that. And he's about to do City of Thieves on Boxing Day. This is, by the way, he cancelled the video due to ill health. I hope he's okay. Hi, Paul, if you see this. I'll get this out of the way of my face now. I just wanted to check that I wasn't encroaching on one that Paul's about to choose, but I'm sure that I would die instantly when I do it. But, hi, Martin. How's it going? Here we go. It works, kind of. Can you hear audio and stuff? I hope you can hear me. I can see things bouncing for me. There is supposed to be some kind of taverny music going on. I don't know how loud that is. Oh, it's like a fire crackling. Hopefully it doesn't drown me out. When I did the Slay the Spire videos a while back, the music was just drowning me out the entire time. Hopefully now there's a room for this, and it's not all kind of spread around the entire house depending on what kind of video I'm doing. Hopefully a lot of this equipment can stay in place, and this kind of thing can happen more often, because we used to do live things at least once a month, and lately it gets to be hardly ever. Hi Julian, hi Vicky, how's things going? How's your day been so far? I have spent a silly amount of time messing around with equipment and stuff for something that didn't end up working out. But hey, that's how equipment things go. Let me try and get the game up. There it is. So, I have... this is like a free thing that's on Steam. I think if you just buy it, you unlock Bloodbones, which looks like a quite recent one. But if you buy the books are in the Steam. There's a huge Steam sale at the moment. If you haven't seen that yet, and I think there's a big sale on Apple, and it's Christmas, isn't it? There's sales and everything. But a Steam sale has just started. Suzanne from the Dice Tower on Twitter, is it 425 Suzanne, her handle? Go to her Twitter and she will give you tips on a million things that are on sale right now. Let's just, it's 425 Suzanne, right? Yes. At 425 Suzanne. Let's get that up on OBS. Move my head out of the way. If you check out Suzanne's Twitter, she's got great big threads for all of the platforms that you can get these things off. But I think this is the... Yeah, she did one on Steam. Yeah, Small World, Ascension. Monster Train is a bit like Slay the Spire. I tried a bit of that. That's just gone into Microsoft Game Pass, if you've got that, by the way. But tons and tons and tons of board game apps are on sale right now for crazy prices. Lord of the Rings adventure card game, Pandemic, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't seen that and you're interested in digital board games. But one thing I've noticed on sale is, all of these books. So I don't know how long this is going to go on for. I think an hour or so? I should be fine doing an hour. Rach is currently making some... she's making some kind of bakery. Some great British Christmas bake-off thing. Right, if it's bake-off, it's some gingerbread biscuits, maybe. Or maybe some cakes. I'm not sure. We'll be back with news on that. But, hi, Dimitri. I've had to head to my brother's for Christmas Eve dinner. Ooh, that sounds nice. What are you having there? Martin, thanks for your videos this year. Certainly helped during the COVID nightmare. Thanks. I'm glad that they helped. I would like to have made more. I mentioned in the top 10 for this year that's coming up later today that I've probably made less this year than maybe since the first year, but there have been crazy things this year, not just COVID and all of that stuff, but in terms of, like, we moved house. That took kind of weeks out of the whole schedule, and then when I broke my shoulder and stuff and couldn't make things for a while, some even more unusual circumstances than there would have been even if it was just this COVID thing alone. And I kind of missed out, I think, through not having equipment and working through the lockdown pretty much as normal, and all of that stuff, and not having webcams. By the time I kind of wanted to get into live streaming, I would like to have done more live streaming like a lot of people did during all of this stuff, but by the time I kind of got into gear and started looking for equipment, that's when everyone had bought all of the webcams. But now that we are, well, it's not nearly over, is it? We're still in the thick of it. Maybe we'll do some more live streaming. As I mentioned, now that all of this equipment is here, and I've got a computer upgrade and stuff, so it should all be able to stream things in the highly demanding things like fighting fantasy. it can stream all of that stuff. So what do you fancy? I don't think I will do City of Thieves, because you should watch Paul on Gaming Rules. You should watch him play that on Boxing Day. He's going to play from the original book as well. I believe he's got original books from the time, which is very impressive. But we've got all of this that we could play. I'm kind of thinking, I think the new Ian Livingstone book, he's like one of the creators of all of this, right? Is like the return to Firetop Mountain. Because you might not have been watching when I was going on about this stuff, but there have been a couple of new fighting fantasies, and I never had this particular series. I had loads of choose your own adventure stuff, but didn't really know fighting fantasy existed when I was little. But one of the new ones was written by Rihanna Pratchett, Terry Pratchett's daughter, who in her own right is a fantastic video game writer, wrote things like the Overlord games, the new Tomb Raider games, and she's written a fighting fantasy book, so I can't wait to delve into that. But I bought the other one that's come out with it, which I think is Ian Livingstone's Return to Firetop Mountain. So I'm tempted to have a look at the very first one, the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. What do you reckon? I'm not sure how to translate the food, but some kind of beef soup with a different kind of dumplings, traditional food. Ooh, sounds lovely. I think, what can we find out about the Wizard of Firetop Mountain? Deep in the caverns beneath Firetop Mountain lies an untold wealth of treasure, guarded by a powerful warlock, or so the rumour goes. Many adventurers, expert swordsmen like yourself, it knows me, have set off for Firetop Mountain in search of the warlock's hoard. None has ever returned. Do you dare follow him? I think this is the perfect opportunity to the most Christmassy thing. Let's see how this game works as well. You should probably try these digital things so you get a feel for them. But how complicated can it be? It's a choose your adventure game, right? Here we go. Fighting Fantasy Classics. So this is the interactive adventure in which you are the hero. So describing choose your own adventure books. Am I going to be in the way here? I think I'm going to be in the way a little bit no matter what, aren't I? I'll read you those bits. So yeah, you need to choose the correct path, avoiding traps and surviving combat and stuff. Before embarking on your adventure, you must determine your own strengths and weaknesses with some dice rolls. You've been preparing for your quest by training yourself in swordplay to improve your skill and exercising to build up your stamina. Before making your rolls, you must choose from one of 3 difficulty settings. This gamebook has been designed for optimum challenge on the Adventurer difficulty mode. So they recommend Adventurer or free read modes, and for experienced readers, we recommend hardcore. Well, I don't think we're going to go for hardcore. So free read is just basically, it's an ebook. You can just play it as if you had the book yourself, flick through, because, yeah, everyone, when they were a kid at least, everyone flicked about, didn't they? They didn't, you cheated a little bit. So you can do that in free read mode, or you can play Adventurer, that's the normal difficulty, and then there is hardcore if you are a seasoned warlock. Well, we're fighting against the warlock, aren't we? Rohit, hello, by the way. I don't think I've said hello yet. Are all the books available in one game? There is a game called... This isn't going to come up on the screen, is it? But there is a game on Steam called Fighting Fantasy Classics, which is what I'm playing right now. And so if you buy that game, you get one book. You get quite a recent book free with that. But if you... It's all DLC. I think there's... Well, we saw it there. There's about 10 bits of DLC. They're £1.15 each right now in the Steam sale. And I'm sure that there'll be an iOS version and an Android version of something similar to this, if not this exactly. But yeah, you can buy them for £1.15 each, or on Steam at least, there is a bundle of all of them for £7. It seemed like a good deal. So, Steve Jackson, as in Steve Jackson Games. I think it is. Let's look that up. You can't see this window, but that involves... Now, I think isn't Steve Jackson of Steve Jackson Games American? And Steve Jackson of... Yes, he's often mistaken for the American game designer. So Steve Jackson UK did the Choose Your Own Adventure books and co-founded Games Workshop. Prestigious. And Steve Jackson American does Munchkin and that huge ogre thing. And I'm sure a billion things that, very prolific designer. How do I get back to the window with the chat in it? There we go. There we go. Paul played that as a kid. This one? Warlock. I think let's, for the moment, Since I am probably going to die horribly straight away anyway, let's go for normal difficulty, adventure difficulty. Before continuing, calculate your stamina. Your stamina score reflects your general constitution, your will to survive, your determination, and overall fitness. The higher your stamina, the longer you'll be able to survive. You must roll 2 dice and add 12 to the number rolled and put this in the adventure sheet. Your stamina will go up and down during your journey, but if it goes to 0, you die and your adventure is over. So I assume the game is going to do this for me. Or I'll just type in 12. Oh, 5. Okay. 5 plus a base of 12 means your stamina is 17. Okay. Could be better, could be worse. Makes Euro designs look god-awful. Oh, no. Paul, that whole series of games, it was really hard. Oh, dear. Well, I'm glad I didn't go on hardcore difficulty then. Like I say, I had loads of choose-your-own adventure games, but I can't find most of them now through Googling because I can't really remember much about them. I remember there was a kind of secret agent-themed one that was in kind of snowy Alps kind of setting, and there was a little kind of cardboard fold in the back cover where you did all of your writing and calculating of stuff. Your skill represents your swordsmanship and general fighting expertise. The higher the better. Your starting skill is determined by rolling a die and adding 6 to the number. This is then entered in the skill box on the adventurer sheet. Your adventure sheet can be accessed at any time using the menu at the bottom of the screen. Okay then, so let's roll our starting skill. 4 plus a base of 6 means 10. So that's pretty good, isn't it? Couldn't have been much better. And then determine your luck. Have I posted... I don't think I've posted on Patreon about this. Have I? Just decided to stream. Join me for a bit if you like, or watch it later. You should just post when you go live for things, shouldn't you? I believe the Twitter one definitely went through. But yeah, I hadn't pressed send on the Patreon one. I just finished mid-sentence. Oh, Vicky, you have to go. Hope you can watch it later. You can see how I fail terribly, have fun, and have a lovely dinner. So, my favourite was City of Thieves. That one, it is City of Thieves, right? That's the one Paul is playing on the Gaming Rules channel on Boxing Day. So yeah, join in for that and help him through that. Oh yeah, I didn't realise either that Choose Your Own Adventure was a series. I never had that when I was a kid. It's only kind of later. It might even have been when they made those board games based on the Choose Your Own Adventure books. That's kind of just what I call... Is it what people generally call the games? I've always just called them Choose Your Own Adventure books anyway. You're starting luck. Okay, add 6 to the number. 5. Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. That is a good point, actually. Bottom right is least occupied. Yeah, because unless pages are absolutely full, I could make myself a bit smaller as well. I don't need to be that big, do I? I could just float about the entire time. Let's put myself down there. So you must choose a potion to take with you. Invisibility. No. In addition to your other starting equipment, you can take a bottle of a magic potion which will aid you on your quest. Each potion contains enough for one measure, so use it wisely. Potions of skill and strength will fully restore your skill or stamina. Well, isn't stamina the thing? I'll die without stamina, right? The potion of fortune will add 1 to your initial luck before fully restoring your luck points. Which potion will you take? Ooh, I like having a lot of luck as well. I feel like I am going to die through stamina, so I'm going to take a potion of strength. What do you reckon? I'll let you guys decide. I'm just here just playing it. Let's all play it together, right? No thanks. Let's decide. I'm gonna take it to you, the audience. Bottom right, Clint, stuck at home in Wisconsin due to a blizzard last night. Oh dear. Oh, have you had to change all of your plans and stuff? Is it likely to lift for the big day? Hope it all gets sorted out for you anyway. I know that a lot of stuff in areas of the UK have kind of been changed at the last minute. I would love invisibility to be there. Strength? Okay, we've had 2 strengths agreeing with me. Okie doke, let's have strength. I'm not sponsored, by the way. This isn't Wayne's World. They were sponsored by Pepsi, weren't they? I'm really keen to watch Wayne's World at the moment. Well, I watched it with Rach for the first time a few years ago, and I don't think she was that impressed. I remember it holding up. It's been a little bit of a while. What is it called? Reunited Apart just did an episode with the cast of Wayne's World reuniting. I've loved that for a while. You begin your adventure with a sword and shield, leather armor, a backpack containing provisions, food and drink, and a lantern to light your way. Rationing your provisions is key to a successful adventure. They may be consumed at any time, excluding combat, by accessing the adventure sheet. Each meal restores 4 stamina. Be sure to pay close attention to your stamina and restore it regularly. Your difficulty setting determines how many provisions you begin with. Okay, we start with 10. Hardcores would only begin with 3. Okay, that's scary. During your quest, you may encounter characters and items that alter your 3 scores. Usually, they may only ever be restored to their initial amount. On rare occasions, a particular page may grant an effect that defies this rule. Aside from these occasions, some magic items may also allow you to exceed your initial scores. Ooh. Once you have readied your equipment, you may begin. May the luck of the gods go with you on the adventure ahead. Here we go. So, yeah, it was Pepsi and Doritos, wasn't it? And wasn't it Pizza Hut as well? Only a foolhardy adventurer would embark upon such a perilous quest without first finding out as much as possible about the mountain and its treasures. Before your arrival at the foot of Firetop Mountain, you spend several days with the humble townsfolk of a village some 2 days' journey from the base. Being a likeable sort of person, you found it easy to get on with the locals. Although they told many stories about the mysterious Warlock Sanctuary, you could not feel sure that all, or indeed any, of these were based on fact. The villagers had seen many adventurers pass through on their way to the mountain, but very few ever returned. The journey ahead was extremely dangerous, that you knew for certain. Of those who returned to the village, none contemplated going back to Firetop Mountain. There seemed to be some truth in the rumour that the Warlock's treasure was stored in a magnificent chest with 2 locks, and the keys to these locks were guarded by various creatures within the dungeons. The Warlock himself was a sorcerer of great power. Some described him as old, others as young. Some said his power came from an enchanted deck of cards. Others from the silky black gloves that he wore. The entrance to the mount was guarded by a pack of warty-faced goblins, stupid creatures fond of their food and drink. Towards the inner chambers, the creatures became more fearsome. To reach the inner chambers, you would have to cross a river. The ferry service was regular, but the ferryman enjoyed good barter, so you should save a gold piece for the trip. The locals also encourage you to keep a good map of your wanderings, for without a map, you would end up hopelessly lost. Oh, do you need to write things down in these games? I'm not prepared for these things. I realised as well, by the way, that when I read things out, big story bits in the videos, a lot of editing goes involved in them for when I trip up words, and usually don't. It's not a good idea to drink things like Coke when you want to read a lot of stuff out. But hey, I didn't know I was going to do this. So let's find a pad. Bear with me. I realised a pad is no good without a pen. Okay, so save a gold piece. And I don't need to write down and remember to do a map, do I? When it finally came to your day of leaving, the whole village turned out to wish you a safe journey. Tears came to the eyes of many of the villagers, young and old alike. You couldn't help wondering whether they were tears of sorrow shed by eyes which would never see you alive again. Now turn over. Oh. At last your 2-day hike is over. You unsheathe your sword, lay it on the ground, and sigh with relief as you lower yourself down onto the mossy rocks to sit for a moment's rest. You stretch, rub your eyes, and finally look up at Firetop Mountain. The very mountain itself looks menacing. The steep face in front of you looks to have been savaged by the claws of some gargantuan beast. Sharp, rocky crags jut out at unnatural angles. At the top of the mountain, you can see the eerie red colouring, probably some savage vegetation, which has given the mountain its name. Perhaps no one will ever know exactly what grows up there, as climbing the peak must surely be impossible. I have just realised... Hang on a sec. The whole idea of putting the webcam up there was because I was going to look over there and have the game on this monitor. Makes no sense for me to have the webcam there and be looking over the other side, does it? Let's pop you over there. And game, can I window shift right? There we go. Hello. So, Aaron, hi Aaron. Do I see Robinson Crusoe behind the chair? Yes. We have a quick Let's turn the page of this so I remember that I've read that page. And a quick. Ooh, I've gone big. Yes, I have just gotten. Maybe. I don't know if it's going to end up being a great idea. I got sent impromptu. It's the word of the day. I got sent Robinson Crusoe. Trying to do this backwards is hard. Treasure chest, which is just a load of new components, some new characters, some new island tiles, new cards and things, all to mix in to kind of up the variability of your game. You can look at the back if you want to see the kind of stuff that's in this. So I got just sent this out of the blue by Portal Games, which I was very grateful for. But then I had to kind of say, hat in hand, I don't actually have Robinson Crusoe. We used to have it a long, long time ago. I'm talking probably 2014, 2015 time, early on into our gaming. And haven't played it since then. I had the old version as well, the great big chest. When you actually open this stuff up, it's very similar on the inside, all the artwork of the cards and stuff. But I remember that at some point a few years ago, it got completely redone, didn't it? It was a bit of a hard one to learn. Got completely redone by Ignacy and Paul Grogan. Completely redid not just the rules but all of the cards and things, smoothing it all out. I'm looking forward to get back in. That's what this stream was gonna be. If I could have got the equipment working, if I had one more camera so I could kind of zoom in on cards and things, the stream would have been a Robinson Crusoe one. But for now, has that switched? Yes, for now we are finding the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Hi Victor, how's it going? Your quest lies ahead of you. Across the clearing is a dark cave entrance. You pick up your sword, get to your feet, and consider what dangers may lie ahead of you. But with determination, you thrust the sword home into its scabbard, and approach the cave. Should I get this microphone out of the way a bit? You peer into the gloom to see dark, slimy walls with pools of water on the stone floor in front of you. The air is cold and dank. You light your lantern and step warily into the blackness. Cobwebs brush your face, and you hear the scurrying of tiny feet. Rats, most likely. You set off into the cave. After a few yards, you arrive at a junction. Will you turn west or east? And so, I imagine you would be flipping left and right. Well, I don't imagine. In the book, we'd be flipping to these pages, wouldn't we? But the game is going to do it for us. So what do we reckon? West or east? I always tend to choose. I'm left-handed, so I feel like left gets a bad rap. And so I always choose left in things, which would be west, right? I believe Robinson Crusoe treasure chest. It doesn't say whether it's compatible with the old one. It might say on Board Game Geek, or I'm sure if you ask, Ignacy is very, very responsive for things. But looking at the cards and things of the new version, I just realised like the backs and everything look exactly the same as I remember them. So I would imagine all the stuff's compatible. If the character sheets and the scenario sheets are a little bit different, that shouldn't hold you back. But yeah, I'd ask on Board Game Geek if they haven't already answered that. If you reckon the game is over if you pick the wrong one. Hi, Paul. I hope not. Okay then. Well, East has won the. Well, it's tied, isn't it? Technically, but I'll take myself out of the vote. We're saying East. It's a higher number anyway. The passageway soon comes to an end at a locked wooden door. You listen at the door but hear nothing. Will you try to charge the door down? If so, turn to 156. If you would rather turn around and go back to the junction, turn to 92. So, do we go back and go west, or are we going to kick this door down? I would imagine that the people that voted for East surely want the door kicking down, right? Aaron, it's insanely complicated, but it makes sense once you learn it. Yeah, I remember that. I remember having to print out a kind of flow chart to kind of get the thing in your head. And I think with all of the smoothing out that Paul Grogan did, I bet it's going to be a much nicer learn. I thought so. You got to kick the door down, right? Kick the door down. You charge at the door with your shoulder. Here we go. 3. Oh, dear. Oh, we pass. Oh, we wanted low. Okay. You passed the skill check. We kick that down. The door bursts open and you fall headlong into a room, but your heart jumps as you realise you're not landing on the floor, but plunging down a pit. Luckily, the pit is not particularly deep and you land in a heap less than 2 meters down. Lose a stamina point for your bruises. Thanks, everyone. Hey, maybe we're going to end somewhere cool here, though. You climb out of the pit into the room and leave through the door, heading westwards. You arrive back at the junction. You look left to see the cave entrance, but walk straight on. Okay, well, it's just a diversion then. Going west lost as a stamina point. There is a right-hand turn to the north in the passage. Cautiously, as you approach a sentry post on the corner, and as you look in, you can see a strange goblin-like creature in leather armor asleep at his post. You try to tiptoe past him. Test that luck. You are lucky. You needed a luck score of 11 or below, and I need to remember my luck, and rolled a luck score of 9. So do I need to be writing down like the way that we went? Like we went west, didn't we? The first choice was like we came into the dungeon and then we went west, and then there is a right-hand turn to the north. Just write goblin there, and they can write right pit. I know I haven't got a camera for this this writing down of things. Maybe we should be doing it with the mouse and doing it in paint. So, if you are lucky, yes, lucky, he does not wake up and remains snoring loudly. You continue on. To your left, on the west face of the passage, there is a rough-cut wooden door. You listen at the door and can hear a rasping sound which may be some sort of creature snoring. Do you want to open the door or press on northwards? So I can say north, there's a snoring door. I've got one of those pens that's like a fountain pen, but it's not. The trying to write small's all blurring, and I just kicked the table and shook the camera. It's all going wrong. So, what do we reckon? Do we want to open the snoring door, or just press on northwards? I need the countdown music for this. Well, so far we've got 3 votes instantly for go north, and not a vote for investigating the rasping sound. So let's go northwards. Further up the passage, is that because everyone's been spooked by the pit that was behind the other door? Further up the passage, along the west wall, you see another door. You listen at it, but hear nothing. Do you want to open that door or continue northwards? I'm going to write silent door. That we ignored. Are we going to ignore it, though? What do you reckon? Open the door, or just keep going northwards? Just keep going northwards until we find the back door and just go straight out. Don't be nosy. Well, we've got 2 to 1 right there. Opening the door. We're going to open this door. The door opens to reveal a small room with a stone floor and dirty walls. There is a stale smell in the air. In the centre of the room is a makeshift wooden table, on which is standing a lit candle. Under the table is a small box, and in the far corner is a straw mattress. Do we open the box or leave the room? I mean, if we're not going to open the box, what did we come in here for? I'm gonna leave it to the jury, but what do you reckon? Do we open the box, or is there something scary? Maybe you remember all this stuff. Maybe you know what's inside that box. Open sesame. You got to, haven't you? Oh no. The box is light, but something rattles within. You open the lid and a small snake darts out to bite at your wrist. You must fight. Okay. Oh. Okay, combat. You must fight. I just click fight. Here we go. Here we go. Double him. Yes. I can hear that victorious music. It's not too loud, is it? It doesn't play music that often, does it? It might suddenly just be deafening. You are triumphant. Excellent. If you kill the snake, turn to 145. Sorry, snake. Just try and position myself so I'm not hiding behind this microphone. The box has fallen to the ground during your fight with the snake, and out of it has fallen a bronze-coloured key with the number 99 carved into it. Dark Tower. You take this key with you and leave the room. You gain a luck. Oh, brilliant. Got to open that snake box. Further up the passage on the west wall, you see another similar door. Oh, all of these doors. So more north. And there's so that was the snake room. And so we've got another door. Singing. Okay, so we've heard the worst singing you've ever heard in your life. Do you want to go in the room to investigate his hideous din, or walk on? Victor has to go. See you later, Victor. Thanks for joining us. Karma for breaking and entering. Yes, they've put their alarm system is the snake. Are we going to investigate? I want to investigate the weird singing. The door opens to reveal a small room. The room is dirty and unkempt. A straw mattress lies in one corner. In the center of the room is a wooden table upon which a candle burns, lighting the room with its flickering flame. A small box rests under the table. Seated around the table are two small creatures with warty skin dressed in leather armor. They are drinking some kind of grog, and by the way they stagger to their feet on your arrival, you assume they're very, very drunk. You may draw your sword and leap forwards at them, or slam the door quickly and run on up. What are we going to do? We've been lucky in combat so far. Completely smashed that snake. But there's two of them now, but they're fairly drunk. What do you reckon? Are we gonna fight again, or are we gonna leg it? Are we? Yes, everything is streaming excellently. Just gonna. This is where the countdown music would be, where we can. Where I'll await your decision. There's the screen. I keep losing the window with the game in it. I don't think it changes for you, does it, when I'm messing around? No, I can see OBS still just shows the game all nicely. Why can't we have a drink with them? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why can't we talk this out? Fight. We've had 2 fights. It's time to go for it. The 2 drunken orcs you now face are obviously startled at your entrance, and as quickly as they're able, they fumble around for the weapons. You must attack each one in turn. Their drunkenness allows you to add 1 point to your skill during this battle. Okie doke. I've got pretty good skill, haven't I? So they're 4 and 5. My skill's much better. Let's see. Oh, they rolled well. 19 to 15, though. Boom. So fight or luck. What's this? Anyone experienced with? Where's is there like help? If I press luck, does it re-roll or something like that? Let me have a Google. Fighting Fantasy Classics. Luck. So luck was a documentary? No, what's luck in this game? So yeah, it's one of the 3 main attributes. This is the window I've got the chat in, though. I should be looking at a different window. So I can test my luck to try and be lucky. Oh, testing luck in combat can be used to increase damage dealt or decrease damage revealed. After wounding, you can make a luck roll, and if you're successful, they have suffered a serious wound. Okay. So, does it spend luck though? It spends luck. Oh, you can. Here we go. While I've been googling, it's been answered for me. So, Paul, you can do extra damage by spending luck. Don't do it. Just fight. Usually can't go wrong with beating things up. You can't go above your initial amount. Okay. We did well fighting, didn't we? Oh yeah, there we go. Even though I didn't roll great there. You hit first orc. Now you must face second orc. Here we go. Oh dear. I think I've got good stats though, haven't I? Yeah, I've got 11 skill to their 5, so unless they roll really well, 19 to 10. Yeah, don't even worry about this. Should have got on hardcore mode. Oh dear. I'll shut up. It's tempting the dice gods. You're triumphant. Excellent. We won the battle. You wipe your bloodied sword on the mattress. The green blood leaves a slimy stain on the straw. Stepping over the bodies towards the table, you flinch at the foul stench of the creatures. You pick up the box from under the table and examine it. It's a small wooden box with crude hinges. The name, Farrago Di Maggio, is inscribed on a brass nameplate on its lid. If you wish to open the box, or are we going to leave it behind and leave the room? Well, I'm gonna leave it to you again, but I'd say, if we don't open the box, then what did we come in here for? What did we fight for if we're going to just leave this box behind? It's going to be another snake, isn't it? It's going to be the snake's dad or something. It's going to really beat us up. Open? Yeah. Oh, do we need to... Is this... And so, you who now hold this book, you have my life's work in your hands. The power of destruction is yours if you wish it, but do not waste it. Unless you use the spell for the purpose for which it was intended, you shall be consumed by evil itself and die by the fire from your own hands. Remember, only when the dragon breathes its fire... Do I need to write this down? I'm going to write it down just in case. So, when When dragon breathes fire, say, surely this is going to be handled for me. Erif. Do I have to say DiMaggio at him? Or is that just your name? The box contains a small leather-bound book entitled The Making and Casting of Dragonfire. Fortunately, it's written in your own language and thus was probably unintelligible to the orcs. Otherwise, this treasure would certainly not have been as loosely guarded as it was. The book's written in tiny handwriting by Farrago DiMaggio. In it, he tells the story of his life's work, the creation of the Dragonfire spell, which was crafted to fight evil dragons. You read how in his last years, he finally perfected his spell, and his smell, I'm sure, but by then was too old to make use of it, so he completed the book, locked it in a chest, and hid it in the depths of Firetop Mountain, afraid of what might happen were it to fall into the wrong hands. The last page reads, and so, you who now hold the book, you have my life's work in your hands. The power of destruction is yours. Oh, I've read all of this, didn't I? You say these words slowly and softly. Suddenly the pages seem to glow. As the glow disappears, the words on the page fade with it. You repeat the spell to yourself to memorize it. I didn't need to write that down, did I? If you have it, can't you just look at it anytime? I bet I could. Turn to 42, the answer. Dragon is breathing fire. You eventually arrive at the end of a passage at a three-way junction. You can turn to the west or the east. Okay, here's my map. What do we reckon? So that was the Dragonfire book. I'm writing all of this down. Is this for like future runs that you write this stuff down? I'm voting west as well. West. It was west last time though, so I bet west is going to be the nasty stuff this time. The passageway runs straight for several meters and then ends at a wooden door. You listen at the door and hear angry shouting. I'm going to just write angry next to that. Are we investigating or are we changing our mind and going back to... mostly need to remember numbers. That's a good point. 99 on the key. So are we investigating or are we going back? Whence we came. And we just keep going whence we came and going backwards and forwards. That was a good falcon hoof. What do you reckon, everyone? Open the door? It's got to be, hasn't it? You open the door to a large room. A large chair behind a solid-looking table suggests to you that someone or something of rank uses this room. A chest in the centre catches your eye. In a corner of the room stands a man-sized creature with a warty face, standing over a smaller creature of a similar race. With the whip in his hand, the orc chieftain has been beating his servant, who is whimpering beneath him. Do we attack them both, spring at the chieftain in the hope that his servant will aid you, or run off? What do you reckon? We're going to attack them both. I hope that the servant would aid us. That's what I'm leaning towards. What do you reckon, though? Maybe with this great skill score, we just gotta go for it and fight both of them. We've fought two drunks before. Maybe we can. I bet the chieftain's going to have decent stats though. It's censoring messages. Maybe I think the word kill goes into YouTube's auto censor thing that I can't pressing let this message through. It's just coming up with error. So there you go. Just so you know, if you use the word kill, it's not going to let it through. Attack the chieftain, and then if the servant attacks, we're going to attack them. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. As you spring at the chieftain, his servant rises to his feet, picks up a hefty wooden stick and joins the melee. But to your disappointment, he attacks you, ungrateful wretch. Seeing this, you may escape through the door or fight. What are we going to do? New choice now. Fight the both of them or run off. What do you reckon? Hi, Stephen. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. And attack the chieftain. We've gone for that. Are we going to go for this double fight, though? I've been pretty good at fighting, though. I think I've rolled decently on skill. Are we going to go for the double fight, or are we going to just run off? Julian, yes, we have been fighting and snooping. You have... what have you missed? We've got a Dragonfire spell, and we found a key with 99 on it. Oh yeah, we just tried to rescue this servant from his master beating him. Got ready to beat up the master. Servant's going to beat us up. So we're going to see how that goes. You arrive back at the junction in the passage and walk straight on east. Oh, did I click run off? Oh, sorry everyone. I didn't mean to press that. I must have seen Steven's message just at the last time and pressed run. Oh, I wanted to fight. Can I not go back in this? I don't think I can go back, can I? If we were in the... I think if we were in the flick about yourself version, then I could have gone back there. But anyway, okay, we've been peaceful. I'll put servant fight in case we ever find ourselves back here. But hey, yikes. You arrive at another junction in the passage. Do we want to go northwards or continue eastwards? And whatever you decide, I'll accidentally click the wrong one. What do you reckon? North or east? It properly looks like it's positioned for advertising there. I'll give you all of the... I can't turn it a different way though. The hole's only in one place on the can. Give you all of the horrifying sugar stats on the side of the can. It's Christmas, isn't it? East, east, east. The passage ends at a solid wooden door with metal hinges. Listening at the door, you hear strange mutterings and the clatter of what could be pots and pans. Whatever is in there, there are several of them. Do you want to go through the door or turn back? I'm going to say, since we had the triple east, we're going through this door. You open the door into a large room which can only be the dining room of the same warty-faced creatures you now recognise. Sitting around a large table are 5 orcs, busily drinking and dribbling their bowls of rat gizzard soup. Whenever I see it in all caps, it's the law of the internet, right? That means it's shouting it. All are involved in a rowdy argument as to who will get to chew the rat bones left in the large soup cauldron so they do not see you enter. You may be bold and prepare to attack them, or you may not relish the prospect of taking on 5 of them and try to escape. What do you reckon? Yes, it's the choice of a new generation. I can't remember the name of those tablets. It's like Nerfrin or something. It's kind of, even though that was a joke on product placement, the product placement really worked. I know those those adverts since I was a little boy now. Nerfrin, little, yellow, different. You can take them, run away. It's 2-1 on fight. It's 5 of them. One more. I'm going to let one more vote come through. If anyone's got anything else to say, we've got to run away. Be bold. The orcs move to attack you. You must fight. Here we go. I picked my. You can pick your avatar in this. I picked it because it looks like Adam Buxton, who interviewed Paul McCartney recently. It was a good one. Oh, you can escape in this one. So skill 10 to 6. That's theirs is red, isn't it? 13 to 13. You both miss. Okay. Stop rolling so well. Oh, we drew there again. Okay, fine by me. I'm not worried. 2. Still 1. I don't even need to roll anything. So yeah, they're only orcs, aren't they? So I'm gonna hang on to the roll some good numbers, please. I'm gonna hang on to the luck for now. 6 to 8. I think we win that, don't we? Yeah, 16 to 14. You defeated first orc. You must now face second orc. That's got to be good, hasn't it? 6 to 9. I think we win that. Yeah. Yeah, we've got... Oh, he's only got skill 5 as well. He's got no chance. 5 to 4. We win that, don't we? Yep. Boom. Don't need luck. Don't need anything. Scared I was going to click escape by accident there. 19 to 12. Boom, boom, boom. Should we try luck? Let's try a luck. So what do we need to do? 6. Yeah, so I need to... So my luck is 11. And I need to roll less than my luck. Okay. It's just a test. I know how luck works now. 11. I think we still win that. Yes. Yeah, there's got to be... This one's only got skill 4. Here we go. Why was I even worried about this fight? I think my level of fear matches if we were playing on hardcore or something like that. You are triumphant. Let's let that triumphant music ring. If you bested all 5 orcs, turn here. You are proud of your victory and gain a skill and 5 stamina. You search the bodies of the dead orcs, but find only a few teeth, nails, bones, and knives in their pockets. You search the cupboards around the room, but find only crude bowls, plates, and spoons. But under the serving hatch, you find a thin leather case half a meter long. You may open the case or leave it behind. What do you reckon? Again, I kind of think if we came in here to fight 5 orcs and we didn't open this box, what was it all for? Julian, all violence should give you pause. I think, yes. 5 moments of silence for all of those brave orcs. Orcs isn't capitalised here. I'm supposed to scream skill and 5 stamina points. I'm just aware of blowing the mic level open if I actually shout into the mic. Thanks, Stephen. I didn't know my own strength. But yeah, it's good stats, isn't it? I rolled, what, 4 or 5 on the skill, so yeah, combat is pretty easy right now, and I just gained a skill, so yeah. Let's open the case. The case opens easily, and inside you find a magnificent bow and a silver arrow. An inscription on the case says, "The giver of sleep to those who never can." I'm going to write that down. That's poetry. The gift of sleep to those who never can. You put it all in your pack and leave the room, and add a luck point. This is coming up Millhouse. Pleased with your discovery, you leave the room and continue your quest. Okay, you move swiftly down the passage and arrive back at the junction. You turn northwards this time. Okay, so yeah, that was case, 5 orcs, and we're going north now. You see a well-used door on the right-hand east side of the passageway. With your ear to the keyhole, you listen and hear a man screaming for help. Screams. Will you open the door or walk past and ignore the screams? Well, I think with all of these stats and combat proficiency that we've got, we can't really we can't ignore the person crying for help, can we? Just need to keep an eye on my phone in case I'm needed for something. We've got to help, right? Yes. Glad you're with me on that. The door is locked. You may use your skill. Skill to try to charge it down. The fire went off for a minute there. Must have run out. Roll 2 dice. We've got good skill, haven't we? 7's good, isn't it? You definitely passed the skill check. The door bursts open. The locked door bursts open and a nauseating stench hits your nostrils. Inside the room, the floor is covered with bones, rotting vegetation, and slime. A wild-haired old man, clothed in rags, rushes at you, screaming. This looks like when Marv gets electrocuted in... That's Home Alone 2, isn't it? His beard is long and grey, and he is waving an old wooden chair leg. Is he simply insane as he appears, or has this been some kind of trap? You may either shout at him to try and calm him down, or draw your sword and attack. I'm gonna hear your thoughts first before I just go into what I'm thinking. But yeah, the delay kind of makes that a bit of a problem, isn't it? If I keep asking for input all of the time, but kind of like let's hear him out. Even if he straight up attacks us, then haven't we got the stats to deal with this? It smells like lovely pizza, but I'm sure it's not pizza. I'm sure it's I'm sure Rach is baking something, unless she's baking pizza cookies or something. I would attack but not hurt, but that's not an option. Yeah, like pin him down or something. Let's try shouting. How old are you? You shout, "You are freed, old man," at the top of your voice. Instantly, his ranting cease. He stops dead in his tracks and sinks to the floor, weeping loudly. As he gradually composes himself, he thanks you many times. You talk with him in the hope of discovering some of the secrets of the mountain, and he begins to tell you his story. Many years ago, he was an adventurer like you, in the search of the Warlock's treasure. He was captured by the orcs and thrown into this solitary cell as a sort of pet for the creatures. You ask whether he would like to accompany you in the mountain, but he simply wants to leave and see the world again. You ask him for advice, but he says he knows little. He advises you to pay your respects to the boatman. Okay. Oh, we need a coin, don't we? He tells you you must pull the right hand lever on the wall ahead to open the iron gate at the end of the passage. He has also learned that the keys to the boathouse are guarded by a man and dog. Okay, I'm going to write this down. So, right hand lever. Hit the lever to open the iron gate. Boat, house, keys, man and dog. Okie doke. Very glad we didn't attack him. You shake hands, leave the cell, and gain a look. It's just throwing stats at me. Further up the passage, you see a door in the east wall. You listen hard, but can hear no sound. Do you want to open the door to investigate? What do you reckon? So there's another silent door. Straight on, or check out this door? What do you reckon? Explore? Which one? Are we exploring the room, or we're exploring further up this corridor? We've had a straight on and a, I assume, go through the door? Break this tie for us. The room? Okay. Oh, that was Paul again. Your vote's counted twice, Paul. We've gone with you. The door is firmly locked. Do we force it open, or do we go back? We've been very good at forcing doors open. I'm going to force the door open. We need low, right? Yep. We can open any door. Ooh, I like the look of this. The door splits along its length and you can wrench the timbers apart to let yourself in. A torch hangs from one wall, lighting up a small armory room stocked with swords, shields, helmets, daggers, breastplates, and the like. You examine the weaponry and find nothing appearing superior to your own sword. However, a circular iron shield with a golden crescent at its centre catches your eye. You pick it up and feel its weight on your arm. This shield will aid you in battle by helping to fend off damage. If you are using this shield and a creature wounds you, you may throw a die. If you throw a 6, the creature inflicts only 1 point of damage instead of 2. If for some reason the creature would only normally do 1 point of damage, a successful roll of 6 would mean no damage is done. Okay then, so we've got a saving throw. You add this to your gear, leave the room and continue up the corridor. Good choice into that room. On the east wall of the passage, you see another door, this time made out of solid material. Listening to the door, you hear the sound of tortured screams coming from within. Are we opening this door or carrying on? This seems like someone else that needs saving. What do you reckon? Screams. I'm going to circle the room that I accidentally didn't go into. The room, or is that from before? What do you reckon? Are we opening this door? Save this one too? I think so. The door is not locked and opens. The room in front of you seems to be a small torture chamber with various torture devices around the walls. In the centre of the room, 2 small hunchbacked creatures are torturing a dwarf who is tied to a hook in the ceiling by his wrists. The 2 hunchbacks are poking and cutting viciously with swords. The dwarf lets out a final scream and falls silent, eyes closed. Too late. His captors make disappointed noises and look around angrily at you, as if it were your fault that the dwarf has collapsed. You must act quickly. Do we shut the door and continue up, draw your sword and try to fight the creatures? Or do we stride over to the dwarf, give him a jab, and put on an evil laugh for the torturers? Oh, I don't think that. I'm going to listen to your input, but we're not doing that. What if he's alive still? What if he's just playing dead? That's what I'm hoping for. And that he's going to be full of special hints and stuff. So the mandate to go into this room was to save him. Fight? Yeah, I don't fancy the just run off choice, even though I did accidentally choose that once. I always choose my name to be Peter Weller. I don't know why, I just like it. 90 to 12, yes. So fighting. I was just thinking about Peter Weller. Anyone else? You got to appreciate the Weller, right? 12-7. I think we tie, even when they're all. Yeah, the skill that we've got is making it quite easy, isn't it? Well, hey, why shouldn't it be a bit easy? You defeated first goblin. Now you must face second goblin. Yes, you hit second goblin. It's iambic pentameter, maybe. I don't mean that maybe it is. I believe you. And maybe that's why. I used to always just put Robocop, but you got to go a level deeper and put Peter Weller. If you kill the goblins, we did. You cut down the dwarf. He is, as you guessed, dead. Oh. Going through the pockets of the two goblins, you find a large piece of sweet-smelling cheese. You put it in your pack and leave the room northwards. Is that going to be for the dog? Do dogs like cheese? Dogs eat most things, don't they? You arrive at the end of the passage where it meets another going east-west. But an iron portcullis blocks your way and no amount of charging is going to budge it. On the wall to your right are two levers, and it seems likely that these levers have something to do with raising the portcullis. I have to think about which pronunciation I'm supposed to do. Same as like via and via. Do you wish to pull the right lever or the left lever? It's the right, isn't it? Right hand lever. Don't steer me wrong here. We were given the man that we freed said right, didn't he? I've written that down anyway. I hope he did. You hear a deep rumbling noise and the ground begins to shudder. Slowly, a noise. I clicked right, didn't I? Yeah, the gate's rising, isn't it? The gate's rising. Slowly and noisily, the portcullis rises to the ceiling. You may now walk to the junction. Okay, so we've gone through. I'm going to draw a nice little gate. I should have a camera on my nice drawings. And then, are we going west or east? Yeah, is it his right or my right? What do you reckon? West? Are we sticking with west is best? It's worked so far, hasn't it? Although I don't know. Maybe there were much better choices that we've missed going the other way. We'll never know, will we? I've gone out of the window. East? I thought you said west. What? Are we going... We're going west, right? West? Yes, west. Shortly along the passage, you arrive in another junction. We did get cheese. I'm hoping that's going to come in handy. Maybe the cheese merchant is east. Shortly along the passage, you arrive at another junction. What? So now we can go west. West. Oh, so we can keep going westwards, or go northwards. What do you reckon? Sticking with west is best. Should I change the name? I don't think I can change the name of this stream at this point. The stream is mostly me drinking Coke and touching. I'm doing a lot of head touching in this stream. West. Yep. I'm going to just assume, given a choice, I'm going to go west. Oh, here we go. Continues westwards and then turns north again. Really wants us to go north. Some way up, you reach a junction where a narrow passage runs off to the west. West. Take the west way. Draw a little west stick. As you walk along the corridor, you can see ahead that it's getting narrower. At one point, you stoop, and as you do, a deep resonating laugh starts up around you. Do you wish to continue? Okay, the corridor's getting small. Hopefully, there's a Honey, You Shrunk the Kids machine. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You shrunk them and all. Big night out, New Year's special, anyone? We want to continue, don't we? That's what I was thinking, Julian. The laugh is making me want to abandon this west thing. Turn around. Oh, it eventually becomes too small, so you have to go back. Okay. You arrive back at the junction and turn northwards. Okie doke. So, tiny passage. Okie doke. Can't go down that way. So we went north. Several meters up the passageway, you arrive at a junction where you may turn either west or east. Set in the rock in the north wall is a small recess where you may safely rest. After taking a moment or two, you look at the two paths before you. West is best. I'm getting notifications. Grand Austria Hotel. Merry Christmas from the Grand Austria Hotel expansion. I was taking a moment. West. West steered us wrong for the first time, didn't it? You walk westwards. After 50 meters or so, it turns northwards. 2 or 3 paces up the passage, you hear a crumbling beneath your feet and try to leap back as the ground gives way. We're quite lucky, aren't we? That's good, isn't it? You want to roll low? Yes? And then I have to click another thing. Don't just sit back. You manage to leap quickly backwards before a pit opens. You reach the junction and continue eastwards. Okay, so... pit. You follow the passage eastwards for several meters, and then it turns to the north. These passages love turning north. Shortly, you reach another junction where you may either go straight on or turn right to an eastwards passage that soon turns north. Okie doke. So are we going north or are we going east and then north? There's not much of a different choice here, but what do you reckon? I think your compass is broken. It seems that way, doesn't it? Whatever the compass says, just keep going west. Did I back the expansion with all the upgrade bits? I think that's what I went for. I didn't go for the whole... I would like to have gone for the whole shebang of just a new version of the game and everything, but yeah, I've already got the game, haven't I? It's a bit lavish getting all the upgrade bits anyway, but I do love Grand Austria Hotel. We wanted to play it actually a couple of months ago when we were going back to a load of old games with our friends that we hadn't really played with them, and we'd only really played 2 players before. But I remember, I don't think we ever did a 4-player Grand Austria Hotel, but we did a 3-player, I think, because of the snaking turn order. Gets a bit of a drag at big player counts. North. Stay where we are. The passage ends at a wooden door trimmed in iron. Various inscriptions adorn the door, but none makes any sense to you. You listen but hear nothing. Do we open the door or return to the junction? Inscription. They put out a little Christmas P&P. Maybe that's what the email I just got was. Let's have a look at what they're doing. I've finalised my pledge, I think. 20% haven't done it. Oh, it's an announcement about the solo mode. Solo mode is being worked on. There was... it's made by Ella Meeple, who doesn't create videos anymore, sadly. Very, very unfortunately. She made a great little automatic thing for playing Grand Austria Hotel solo. In the meantime, if you'd like to. Open it. Aaron, you gotta go. Oh no. Well, you can see later on if we succeeded or failed. Thanks for joining us. The door opens into a small room comfortably furnished with a table, several chairs, and a large bookcase which covers a wall. Seated at the table is an old man with a long grey beard, and squatting on the old man's shoulder is a small winged beast. This creature is no more than 6 centimetres tall. It has 2 arms and legs, its skin is a dusty grey colour, it has tiny, sharp white teeth, and its wings are folded behind its back. The old man says nothing as you walk in through the door, but he beckons you over to sit down at the table. He is tossing in his hand 2 small white objects. Will you sit down as he requests, leave and return? We haven't done that yet, apart from that accidental time. Or draw your sword and rush forward. Are we gonna sit down and palaver? Am I pronouncing that right? I can't really remember. That's one of those. I read The Dark Tower and a ton of other Stephen King books over the summer, and I don't think I ever looked up how to properly say it's palaver, isn't it? Palaver. Sit down. Who needs me? The old man does not look up from the table, but his devilish little pet eyes you suspiciously and starts chattering in a small squeaky voice. The old man grunts and asks whether you are game for a wager. Will you accept? Can't. You may only do so if you have at least 1 gold piece. If not, you may either leave the room or attack the man. I'm going to leave it up to you. What do you reckon? You see me pointing. Gotta get used to all this stuff. He must have money. There's a good point. We do need money, don't we? Are we the baddies? Okay, we've got to vote for attack. He apparently is not taking cheese as a wager. Probably a game with Tellstones, or I hope not. Attack. Okay, we've had 2 attack and no not attack. As you draw your sword, the winged gremlin flaps into the air and attacks you, while the old man rushes over to the bookshelf, touches a book, and escapes through a secret doorway. Oh, you must fight his pet. Fight. Still, it's got a lot of stamina, but it's not got a lot of skill. We've got both in spades. Oh dear. The first time we've ever taken a hit. 2 damage. I can use luck, but I didn't wound him, did I? Oh, I could have taken less damage. I think we can take that hit. What? He's hit us again. This is where it all goes wrong. I'm going to try a luck to take 1 less damage. Yeah. Oh, what are these rolls? It's cheating. Game's cheating. 2 damage. Oh, I'm spending luck though, aren't I? I'm going to stop spending luck from now on. Okay, draw. It's getting better. There we go. This is how things are supposed to go, game. Supposed to make me look good in front of the viewers. I haven't never rolled 6 for the crescent shield. We've got stamina for now, haven't we? Maybe I should have just run. Here we go. Boom. No, don't need to run. We're the best. 8 to 6. Yes. Here we go. There we go. Final 12. Crit to end things. I think there's crits in this. You are triumphant. Sorry, Gremlin. You search the room, try as you may, you cannot find the secret switch to open the bookshelf. The old man must have locked it from the inside, but you do find 5 gold pieces in a drawer in the table. You decide to return to the junction to the south. Where's my map? I don't know where we are in this map. Did I kicked down a door by the inscription, didn't I? You can use provisions, that's a good point. I aren't... why are these things off my screen at the bottom down here? Oh, there we go. It's supposed to jump up. Where's my provisions? Yes, so we've got the money. You arrive back at the junction. Okay, close the adventure sheet now. We've seen that. You arrive back at the junction and this time take the passageway to the east. It runs for several paces eastwards and then turns north. Okay, yeah, I started to draw that. The passageway ends in a door. You press your ear to it and listen but hear nothing. Trying the handle, you find that the door opens to reveal a large square room. It's completely bare, but the floor is covered in a mosaic of tiles. 2 shapes stand out on the floor, star-shaped tiles and hand-shaped tiles. A door on the opposite wall is the only way through. Will you walk across the room to the door, walk across the room stepping on only stars, or stepping on only hands? Can I turn back? Is that a map at the bottom of my screen? I don't know why it's not coming up, to be honest. It should map. Oh, it's drawing it for me. It's probably just copied from the original book, like the book would have told you to write down the things. Oh, so here's our nice little journey. Going left, 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 left. Although this isn't how I've been drawing it at all. So we're in the tiled room. Back. Got options. Options to make this... Oh, we've got options for the book. I don't want to restart the book. Quick dice. Quick combat. Big initial... Oh, we can change the text size and stuff. Retro mode. What did that do? Oh, that's on. Okay. Classic. Colour? What? We want it in colour, right? I want it in colour anyway. Okay, so I've got no idea. So we've got no way back. We've got to go forward. I am going to assume that just walking straight to the door is going to be bad. Have we got any hints about this? Save a gold piece. The gift of sleep to those who never can. No, I've got nothing here. We've got 2 votes for stars. You tiptoe precariously across the room to the door in the north wall. You open the door and proceed through it. Is that just good? The passageway ahead runs northwards, and you follow this until you reach another junction. Here you may... Oh, I'm in the way of me for combat, aren't I? Shall I put myself there? Hopefully I'm not going to block off stuff. Continue northwards, or may turn westwards. So do we keep going, or am I going to keep? I'm going to keep up my little map. I'm going to run out of space soon. So we've got north or west. Are you remembering stars and stuff from the original book? I've read it in over 30 years. I wonder if that's what Paul's is like. I missed Paul Grogan on Gaming Rules doing his stream of some kind of car-based one. I want to see that. It sounds crazy. Yeah, it's mad how old these books are now. West. I've got to go west. Hi from Serbia. Hi. Hope you're having a good day. Some way along the passage, the corridor bends round to the north, and you follow it until you reach another junction. At this junction, you see an arrow cut into the rock and pointing north, so you try this direction. The passage runs northwards, and ahead you can hear the splashing of an underground river. The air becomes cool and fresh. You soon reach a wide opening of a riverbank, but despair because you can see no way through to the other side. To the east, the river flows through a cave in the rock. You may sit, rest, and eat provisions if you wish. Or continue by what seems to be the only way forwards, jumping into the river and swimming downstream. Shall we rest? Oh dear. I didn't know bad things might happen when we rested. You squat on the sandy bank. As you prepare your meal, you notice movement in the sand a couple of meters to your left. The movement becomes quite turbulent. You spring to your feet, sword at the ready. Suddenly, a large tubular head breaks through the surface, twists around the air, and picks up your scent. The smooth, segmented body of a giant sandworm rears up and sways over in your direction. As it does, a large orifice with short, spiky teeth opens in what must be its head. You must fight. There we go. Yeah, you can see my stats now. 7 skill. This is the most skilled thing we fought, and we're still in the period of rolling terribly. The shield is not helping at all. I'm going to try a bit of luck to take a bit less damage. 7 to 5. I'm happy with that. Do we use luck to beat it down a bit more? I'm gonna. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? I've spent a luck doing, and I do 1 less damage if I fail luck. Okay. I probably want to try and build my luck up again before I... Yeah, I should be saving that luck, shouldn't I? Thought when I clicked it. Oh, I still won. Brilliant. 1 more, come on. We can do this. 6 to 5, that's okay, isn't it? Yeah. I did fight. Okay, next page. If you bested the gargantuan horror, I did. Panting after the struggle, you sit down and finish the provisions you started. You regain 4 stamina. When you're finished, you pack your bag and wade into the stream. The current's strong and takes you swiftly downstream. You are washed along through a narrow opening and out into a large cavern with banks on both sides. The current washes you to the south bank. You're on the south bank of an underground river facing across its black depths. There appears to be 4 ways of crossing. A rusted bell bears the sign. Ferry service, 2 gold pieces, please ring. There is a small raft in front of you with a large stick resting beside it. You could punt across the river. A rickety old bridge crosses on the right. If you don't trust any of these, you may swim. Well, we've got the coins, haven't we? I thought it said what? I thought it was 1 coin for the man. We've got 5 coins, haven't we? Should we just do the ferryman? Boathouse keys, man and dog is the other note that I've got to remember. Ring the bell and call the ferryman. To do it? Yes. I'm with you. The bell gives a dull clang, and after a few... What? After a few moments, you see a withered old man climb into a rowing boat moored on the north bank. He rows slowly across you, moors the boat and limps towards you, asks you for 3 gold pieces. When you protest at the price, he mumbles a flimsy excuse about inflation. He begins to get angry at your protestations. Now, didn't we find 5 gold pieces? Like, I don't... I can save my game. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can drag the thingy sheet up. I thought we had 5 gold. Did we lose that somehow? Oh yeah, I can use provisions here. I've got a potion of strength. I wish I had a potion of luck. What happened to the gold? Well, I've got to threaten him then, I guess. Doesn't take kindly to this. And he's turning into a creature. What happened to my 5 gold? Okay, he's pretty big. He's a were-rat. Can't use provisions in this. You must fight. So I win on a draw, don't I? But it's pretty close. 8 skill. Yeah, I think I did find a bug. It's a draw. I'm looking this up. My gold pieces. Come on, Steam. Give me answers. Okay, I'm never going to find this, am I? I won't hold up the whole stream for it. We're doing well, though, in the fight against him. I'm trying to open the Steam discussions. I hear good music. No. No, there doesn't seem to be an answer to this. Yeah, maybe we did lose it in the river. No, it didn't tell us. Excellent. You search his body and find 2 gold pieces. His fare from the last crossing. You curse him for trying to overcharge you. You add the 2 gold pieces to your bag and row yourself across the river. Add 2 luck points. Getting some of that luck back. There we go. 2 gold pieces now. Yeah, it must have just been a bug or something. The body has vanished. You have arrived on the north bank of a fast-flowing river in a large underground cavern. Facing northwards, the rock face is smooth and glistening with moisture. Moss of many different hues grows on the surface. There is an eerie silence, punctuated only by the splashing of the river as it flows behind you. You have 3 options. A passage runs off to the northwest. If you take this route, well, west is in there. A large timber door is directly in front of you. Or another passage runs out along the river eastwards. So, passage to the northwest, large timber door, or messing about on the river. What do you reckon? Make your choice. Hello, Entre Cruzado. This is an old fighting fantasy, choose your own adventure book. This is the very first one, the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. It's on Steam as Fighting Fantasy Classics, and we've been playing through it. It'll be on the YouTube channel to catch up if you would like to see what we've done so far. But we basically just killed a rat and used its boat to get across the river. Standard stuff. Door, large timber door. We've done well battering down doors. Short narrow passageway with a door. You try the door, squeaks open. It's dark and your eyes begin to adjust. You hear a shuffling in the room. Oh dear. But before you can react, a blow to your head knocks you senseless. Lose 2 stamina. You awake with a throbbing head and look around. The room is about 8 meters square with doors to the north and south. You've been dumped in the southwest corner. Standing motionless in the center of the room are 4 men. At least they appear to be men. Their skin is a greeny grey colour. Their clothes are tattered and torn, and they are all staring vacantly at the ceiling. One carries a club, one a scythe, one an axe, and one a pick. They are ignoring you completely. Around the room are various peasant-style weapons, pitchforks, axe handles, pointed sticks, etc. One or two shields and several barrels. In a northeast corner is a human corpse with a sword in one hand and a shield in the other. You move your hand up to your hand. What? You move your hand up to your hand to feel for sign of bloods and are relieved to find you are not bleeding. But as your hand moves, the strange creatures in the centre of the room turn their eyes down towards you. Do you try to talk to them, jump to your feet and charge them with your sword, or scramble for an exit through the south door? Are we going to chat? They don't seem chatty, but it's worked before. Chat, charge, or escape? Yeah, you'd think the bow would be helpful. What did it say about the bow? The gift of sleep to those who never can. We've got to vote for run. Any advance on run? Can you use my how much health does provisions get me? 4. Okay, remember that. And does potion of strength brings me back to full stamina? Are we running? Talk, charge. I'm guessing you mean scramble for the exit. Run. Your head hurts and you feel dizzy as you rise to your feet. The 4 men stir into action and move towards you in single file with their weapons ready. You grope your way to the south door, but it will be touch and go whether you make it. Your foot slips on a loose pebble and you fall to the ground. Before you can regain your footing, the creatures are upon you. The 4 creatures shuffling towards you are mindless zombies. Their vacant eyes suggest their actions are controlled by a will which is not their own. You are still too dizzy to think properly, but you must act quickly. Fight. Okay, so decent skill. It doesn't sound like a good roll. I've got loads of stamina though, haven't I? What am I worried about? Come on, Crescent Shield. You can do better than this. There we go. That's more like it. We've got a bit more luck to play with now, but I think we should try and save that. As someone advised me earlier when I was just spending it willy-nilly. You hit zombie. 4-4. We win that. Boom. First zombie taken out. How many have we got? We've got like 4. Zombie with scythe. Doesn't sound good. Draw. Okay. You both miss. 5-8. I think we win. Yeah. What's the difference? 4. 9-6. Win. Yeah. Any time we roll higher, of course we win. 9-12. Win. Here we go. Here we go. You have defeated zombie with scythe. Now you must face zombie with axe. 10-3, yeah. Come on, that should just kill him outright. 6-9, yeah. We can take it, we can take it, we can take it. Ah, Crescent Shield. Here we go. It finally worked. What are the chances of rolling a 6? Now we have zombie with pick. 6-10, draw. Yes. Thought that was going to be a 6 then. I think we still would have won. That would, yeah, it would have been like 14-18, something like that. Ah, bad one there. Yeah, 1-6. Didn't get the Crescent Shield, but we've got like 9 provisions still. I've only used 1 provision. I shouldn't have used luck on any combat so far. For a future one, I'll try and bear that in mind. But I probably won't have such good stats for a future run. I defeated them all. What's my stamina? I'm going to use the provisions. Okie doke. The poor wretches lying dead at your feet almost look happy to be relieved of the burden of life, but as you look down at them, you sense you are not the only one who knows of their deaths. You feel lucky to have survived against so many foes. You gain 2 luck points. Looking around the room, there are a few things you could investigate. To look more closely at the weapons lying around, or examine the dead body in the northeast, or investigate the barrels. What do you reckon? Weapons, body, barrels. Time for another sponsored drink. I'm sure I don't need to do that. It's not the BBC or something. Barrels? Okay, we're tied. Barrels and body. Do we need to flip a coin? I didn't bring a coin. Is there a coin in Robinson Crusoe? There's the groovy dice, isn't there? Oh, wow. I don't think it had... Did it have bread and banana pieces in the first edition of Robinson Crusoe? I can't remember. Weapons? Oh, now we've got to vote for everything. Someone break this deadlock. By the time I solve this Rubik's Cube... Solved. Oh, now I've got to decide. Okay. Weapons, body. I need a 3-sided coin. Robinson Crusoe's definitely got dice, but not with numbers on them. We've got... I need something with 3 options on it. Okay, we're going to use Robinson Crusoe weather. I'm going to say, what have we got here? We've got 1 cloud. Oh, here we go. Body. Okay, body wins. What's your solve time these days? I'm not very fast. I haven't... I've only had one for about a month. Well, since I had one when I was little. Solve it in about 2 minutes. But live on here, I bet not in 2 minutes. Body. You check over the body of the person in the corner. The poor wretch was obviously caught in the same way you were, but his skull shattered under the club's blow. He wears a suit of leather armour, no better than yours, holds a wooden shield on one wrist and a steel-bladed sword in his other hand. In his pockets are 8 gold pieces, and around his neck is a silver crucifix. You may take any 2 of these items, and you gain a luck and a skill. Okay, we've got to pick these 2 things. 30 seconds? Madness. And the fastest I've done is about 1 minute and 20 seconds, something like that. But again, with moving and stuff, it's been in a box for about 2 weeks or something. It's only just come out. Although Rach did buy me for £1. She bought me a Christmas Rubik's Cube, which was weird because it didn't have, like, I think 2 of the sides were blue with snowmen and a Yeti and something on there. It wasn't, and because it was like £1 one, the pieces didn't even come apart at all. So unless you had it perfectly aligned, you couldn't turn a face and stuff. It was difficult. And now that I've solved it, because it's not just colours, it's like a snowman and stuff. Even though it's solved, they're not like the exact same rotation around, which obviously normally wouldn't matter. So crucifix, we've got to vote for. Yeah, so armour we don't need, right? There's no choice here, is there? Because armour is the same as ours. Shield got a much better shield, so. Crucifix for sure. Wait a minute, where about the coins? Do we just get the coins? Yes, we've just got the coins. Okay, so crucifix and sword. What are these mysterious items you've collected? Which did you take? I took the sword. It's enchanted and will aid you in battle. It grants you a skill bonus of 2 and add 2 to your luck for finding the sword. You throw your old sword away. Brilliant. Let's examine the second item. I took a crucifix. It's solid silver and worth 4 gold pieces. You put it in your backpack. F2L. I'll have to look this up. I know one way of solving them. I don't know how fast it would get you. I've just got like a beginner's solving thing in my head. But I did. When I was trying to do that Christmas one yesterday, I forgot the last bit where got the top face sorted out, but then couldn't remember the thing you do to swap the middle pieces. Got all the corners right, but couldn't remember the clockwise thing for the middle pieces. It'd be really boring chat to people that aren't bothered about Rubik's Cubes. First 2 layers at the same time? Whoa, no. Yeah, got to learn more than the basic thing that I've got. But hey, I'll try and get back to remembering that point first. I do have... I don't know what kind it was. It's got this sticker on it. I did have just a normal Rubik's Cube that I just bought from Argos because I didn't know that wasn't the thing you were supposed to get. I could have got... For less money, I got this one off Amazon. And it's a lot nicer. I do wish to move on. Not necessarily from Rubik's Cube chat. Let's keep going. A noise startles you, prompting you to leave the room quickly. You walk up to investigate the north door. The door opens and you find yourself in a dark crypt of some kind. The room is very large. At one end is an altar, and various coffins are strewn about the room. There is a door behind you in the south wall, and also one in the west wall. If you want to investigate the room further, turn to 254, and if it gives you the creeps, you can leave by the west door. Okay, so this is a conflict, right? We want to investigate, but we always have to choose west. What do you reckon out of the two? Put these dice away before I lose bits to Robinson Crusoe. Let's open this treasure chest while I wait. What do you reckon, everyone? Investigate? Or is it giving you the creeps? I can see a little... can you see my mouse? Yeah, you can. This little guy hanging out in the... It's an image of the guy whose coffin it is. Sure. Aaron. Hi, Aaron. We've made some progress. Nearly died to zombies. What are we doing? Okay, Julian's got the creeps. We've got one for creeps and one for investigate. Someone break this deadlock. I'll show you some pieces that are in here. Oh, this is nice. This is the Robinson Crusoe treasure chest. I'm sure this isn't how they would want like their products promoted. But if you watched for an hour and a half Tom's Choose Your Own Adventure stream, he opened the treasure chest and showed you what was inside it. There's like a... Oh, cool. There's like a newspaper that I assume is gonna... It's got a load of kind of Choose Your Own Adventure entries in it. I assume you'll be... This is an important part of the Tracing Dr. Livingstone scenario. Oh, and you'll be directed to sections in a particular scenario of this. Oh, and we've got, like, letters for another scenario. Investigate. This is how I'll fill up the decision gaps. The silence is deathly. A slow drip startles you. Been startled quite a bit in this bit, haven't I? As you creep around the coffins, the altar is ornately carved and studded with jewels. Beautifully woven drapes hang from the walls, although they are threadbare in places. There are 3 coffins in the room. A creaking noise makes you whirl around, and the light from your lantern falls on the largest coffin. It's opening. As you watch, a tall man with a white face sits upright. His eyes open and fall on you. His expression changes from one of tranquility to one of abject hate. His mouth opens and a terrifying hiss comes from his throat. His teeth are wolf-like. He beckons you to come over. Okay. This seems like a... this seems like a trick. Okay. Do you approach, draw your sword, reach into your bag? Is that... Use the bow? Run for the west door. Reach into your bag? I'm kind of guessing that... Oh, crucifix! Silver! Werewolf, right? Oh, it's a vampire. Okay. No. It's a vampire. You have a few offensive options. Really offensive options. Your sword will do little real damage here. A silver crucifix will hold it at bay but not kill it. If you have a crucifix, you may use it to escape. If you are determined to kill it, you must overpower it and drive a wooden stake through its heart. Okay, then, so silver crucifix and we go. Can't use the silver arrow, apparently. You are... Well, yeah, silver isn't helping. It's a... I don't know why I thought it was a werewolf. It's a vampire. You're in a narrow east-west corridor. Looking westwards, you can see a crossroads ahead. You go on to the crossroads. I'm thinking as well, it is 4:45. We're going to have to think about wrapping this up soon and coming back to it another time. But for now, standing at the crossroads, you may go north, west, or south. Are we sticking with westwards? Let's have another delve into the box while decisions get made. North, west, or south? What have we got here? We've got some new characters, the gamer and the sailor, and their female counterparts, and some new mystery tokens. Something's fallen in. We've got a volcano tile piece. West, west, west. Didn't need to stall for time here, did I? You follow the passage westwards until it turns round a corner to the south. Just before the bend is a signpost which reads under construction. In front of you is the beginning of a stairway leading downwards. Only 3 steps have been built so far. A number of shovels, picks and other tools are lying on the ground by the steps, but as you turn the corner, they suddenly flurry into action and begin working on the steps. You are now watching various tools digging and hammering as if being handled by invisible workers. A humming chant becomes louder and you recognise it as hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Will Disney DMCA the stream if I sang it? As you stand watching, you start to chuckle. The scene is quite amusing. You sit and watch and even manage to chat to some of the magical tools. It depends how in tune I would be, right? Whilst you relax, you gain 2 stamina points and a skill point, and when you are finished, you turn back up the passageway to the crossroads. Okay, north or south? North or south? What have we got in here? Oh yes, a cloth bag. We have some aardvarks, some anteaters. We have some new player colours. Some fish. And a load of cards. North, 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 north. You are following a passageway which leads ahead to the north. After several metres, it bends sharply to the east. You continue eastwards until you eventually come across a narrow opening in the north wall. Do you go through the opening or continue eastwards? You got to look at the opening, right? East is the enemy of west. So the scenarios in this, we have Adventure in Neverland, Treasure Island Junior. I assume this stuff all isn't embargoed. I haven't been told. Time Travel. Oh, I want to try that one. Poachers. And Tracing Dr. Livingstone, which has another newspaper bit on the other side. I am looking forward to going through it. Don't know if I'll be in a position to live stream any of that. Live stream is probably going to be in the digital realm for now. You may go through this opening. Yes, that's what we said, isn't it? You climb through the opening and find yourself at the top of a narrow staircase. Cautiously, you descend the stairs. The narrow staircase is cut into the rock and there are about 20 steps leading down. At the bottom of the steps, a passageway leads into a large open chamber. This chamber stinks of putrefying flesh. The smell is so bad that you are tempted to turn back. 3 bodies lie in the chamber. You may either search the bodies or tiptoe quietly through the room. Okay. Do we search body 1, body 2, body 3, or tiptoe through the room? What do you reckon? I've run out of things to show you. I'll find out what those... what are those animal minis supposed to be? Second, we have a vote for body number 2. Those minis were... parrots. Oh yeah, that makes a lot more piratey sense than aardvarks. Body 3. We have 2 votes for body 3. As you search the body, you try to avoid looking at the terrible face, grey and decomposing. Maggots crawl from its nose and mouth. You jump back startled when its eyes suddenly flick open. Just in time, you avoid a vicious slash from its long, sharp fingernails. It quickly springs to its feet and eyes you with a sadistic leer spreading across its mouth. The creature now standing before you is a semi-decayed man. His quick eyes dart from side to side, watching you. His long tongue flashes out with a hissing noise. His teeth and nails are sharp, and he doesn't seem to be afraid of your weapon. He is a ghoul! He has the ability to paralyze and kill you if he scores 4 separate wounds on you. So we might need to use luck. So I've got 12 skill right now to his 8, so hopefully that helps us out. 19 to 12. Boom. Is this where we should be using luck to try and finish him off quicker? I'm not going to yet. 4 to 5? That's okay, isn't it? Yeah, I've got 4 on him, haven't I? 7 to 5. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. And, yes, ghoul is no problem whatsoever. Rather than looking at the camera, I'm looking at my own face in the OBS screen to talk to. Hi, everyone. So, I defeated him. He did not kill or paralyze us. The ghoul twitches and dies at your feet. You search its body and find little of interest. A couple of earrings with a gold piece between them are in its pockets. You take these. So we've got the earrings. Yes, we've got the earrings. You add 2 luck points for killing the ghoul if you haven't already searched the first body. So we're at full luck, aren't we? You do so and find 5 gold pieces. Look at these riches. 15 gold. We don't need to eat provisions. You may either press on northwards or search the second body. I think Julian said the second body in the first place. Are you sticking with second body, Julian? Second body or northwards? What do you reckon? We've got to vote for body 2. Yep, sticking with body 2. You search the pockets of the other body and find 8 gold pieces, a bottle of liquid, and an old piece of parchment. You may take these items to read the parchments or test the liquid. Well, I want to just read the parchment, but I don't want it to like lock us into it. Read it. The parchment is well worn and almost illegible. It's a map of some sort headed to the maze of Zagor. You make little sense of it, although the room to the north is marked Gur, and another to the east is marked Smpl. You fold up the map and put it in your pocket. If you have not yet tested the liquid and wish to do so, are we testing the liquid? What if it makes us little and we can go down that little passageway? I suppose it could just kill us. Or you can make your way southwards. Testing the liquid or going southwards? Burger to the north. Hope so. Oh yeah, it's GER and Zagor is GOR. Test the liquid. Test the liquid. You swallow some of the liquid. It's smooth and watery, and as you drink it, you begin to glow. You feel euphoric and a little drunk at the same time. Your confidence grows and your weariness disappears. The bottle contains holy water, blessed by the overpriest of Cain Leshma. It has restored your stamina and skill to full strength. I think they were anyway, weren't they? Doesn't hurt though, does it? And you gain 4 luck points, but you can't go past your maximum, can you? If you have not yet looked at the parchment, you may do so. Otherwise, you may leave the room. You leave the chamber, walk down a short passage and reach a staircase going up. You climb the stairs and arrive at the top in a passageway. At the top of the stairs, the passage turns sharply to the east. As you pause to get your bearings, you hear a creaking in the rock behind you. You spin around in time to see a heavy portcullis drop to seal off the passageway behind you. Your only way now is forward. Do we press on forward or check for secret passages? Surely we check for secret passages, right? Drinking mystery liquid is not advised. No, none of this stuff. Don't try any of this stuff at home. Future games, look. Yeah, I think the luck potion would have been a lot better because provisions regenerate your stamina enough, don't they, for you taking that again? I was just very worried that I was going to die quite quickly in this. Secret passages. We've got to check for secret passages, haven't we? You find none. However, your explorations attract a creature, and as you listen, you can hear something coming down the corridor towards you. You turn around to find out what sort of wandering monster you've come across. Various creatures. And we have attracted the attention of a 4. A giant rat! You must fight. Although, with this special enchanted sword, surely they've got no chance. You hit giant rat. You kill giant rat. You are triumphant. You defeat the giant rat. You're in an east-west corridor. If you go east, you will turn a corner northwards. West. Alright? I'm not even gonna pause to check. Only to find the way westwards is blocked by a heavy portcullis. You walk back to where you were. Okie doke then. West. Oh, it's still blocked by a portcullis. Should we try again? I'll go the other way. You are at the south end of a north-south corridor. Looking northwards, you can see a passage coming off the east wall. Do you go up this passage, check for secret passages, or go south, following the bend that leads west? Secret passages? I'm going to go, even though you were saying that for the previous time. I'm going to... Oh, I found a secret passageway! Yes. You agree with me. You are standing in a north-south passage. To the north, you can see a passage off to the east. To the south, Oh yeah, secret door, secret door, secret door, secret door. You're standing in a narrow corridor. Behind you is a secret door. Yes, secret door. What? What's going on? Secret door. Go through the secret door. Is this... The secret door's taking me to different passages, isn't it? I've just clicked that a load of times and I don't know what passage I'm in now. Okay. North or south? I think this is the first time I went through the... Yeah, because if we go back through the secret door and go to the crossroads... Oh. And west. Dead end. Search for secret passageway. Oh, oh. You hear a click. You... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I've come to a... I'm in a different place. We can go west or south. Or we can go west and check for secret passages. Footsteps. Oh, no. Okay, so searching for secret passages is going to keep triggering fights. Unless we find secret passages. Fight the troll. Oh, it's nearly 5. We're going to have to... I was hoping we'd come to a room or something that would be a nice endpoint. Oh, no. We're going to die to a troll instead. Nope. Crescent shield kicks in. 10 to 7. Boom. You hit troll. Crescent shield? No. It didn't work. 8 to 5. Yes. We defeat troll. We've got to go west, right? We're at a crossroads. Okay. Maybe this is where you should start paying attention to the map and stuff. Because I don't know where I've... Where am I right now? Did it stop paying attention? Is this just kind of key events? It isn't telling me every little bit, is it? Let's keep going west. Passage ends in a dead end. Let's investigate the dead end. Oh. Okay, right, we're at this crossroads now. Let's pick something else. Because I think this is where I was before, and I picked west, and it's led me back here. So, which direction should we go in? Which direction is going to lead us to a magnificent cliffhanger ending? North? It sounds good to me. You follow a long, narrow passageway which goes north, then west, then north again, and you eventually find yourself at a crossroads. Oh dear. We're at another crossroads. Snowblow and Shovel, have fun, Julian. Thanks for joining me. We won't be going on for much longer anyway. And hopefully we'll finish this. I'll try and announce when I do this again rather than just do it out of the blue. North again. Do we go south or through the door? We go through the door, right? Ah. You have entered a large square room. Broken pottery lies scattered all about. One large clay vase is untouched and full of clear liquid. A bowl is full of gold pieces. As you enter the room, the door slams behind you, and you swing round to face a strange-looking creature, half man, half bull, who is glaring at you. He is a minotaur, and he stalks towards you. He lowers his head, horns pointing at your chest, and charges. You must fight. Now, that's surely the cliffhanger we asked for, right? So if I come back to this, I really don't want it to lose my progress. But we can't keep doing this forever. I thought I was only going to do an hour. We're going to leave it there. I have bookmarked this. We'll come back on a future stream. I'm not sure when. We'll see how Christmas events go. Not that there's that much that can be done at the moment. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me, especially since I just did this out of the blue and didn't really announce it or anything. I had a lot of fun doing this. Thank you for all of your help and choice making, really. I've just had to sit back and read it and drink Coke and stuff. Thank you very, very much for joining me, and I'll be back very, very soon. Oh, you can see me now as soon as I end this stream, I'm going to put the top 10 of 2020 up. So if you would like even more of me right now, you can watch me for, how long is it? Where's OBS? There we go. We can turn that off. Look at those shelves. Need to get rid of those pink shelves. Get out of the way. There we go. It is 50 minutes of top 10ing. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I am sure there will be another video soon. There'll be a Whistle Mountain playthrough after Christmas, at some point not long after Christmas. There'll be some more live stuff. I would like to get in a position where I can live stream cardboard games as well as the digital things. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great Christmas if you're doing stuff. Whatever you're doing, have fun doing it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye! Such a smooth ending, and then you got a confirm ending. Bye!